from elimination. It's a tough mental battle.
Lots ahead of them though. Plenty to play for as we head into draft number 2.
I think this team has enough self-confidence to completely ignore the fact that they're down a game though. I don't think that's something that flusters them particularly.
No. Well, we've seen them make many comebacks from one game down and win best of 3s 2-1 plenty of times. Definitely a dangerous team to be playing right now.
Enigma ban out of nowhere.
Yeah. I was thinking the same
really
thing.
Was out of nowhere as well.
Enigma's like that hero when you're about to lose.
There's a Wisp in the pool now. There's still the Lifestealer, there's a Wisp. There's
I'm expecting Wisp to be either banned or picked very early here.
Yeah, I think it's a bait from Na'Vi.
Both teams like that hero.
It's probably a bait from Na'Vi, right? If you're Complexity right now, you sort of want to ban out the Lifestealer, and by banning out the Enigma, it's also a pretty good counter for the Wisp in black holding the area that he TPs in on, or relocates to, so...
Dandy face versus Swindle face?
Swindle face?
Complexity are taking some time here. Yeah, they're scared of the Wisp. They respect it.
It's gonna be the Hardstyle Enchantress.
I can feel a Chen pick coming here. He's gonna redeem himself from earlier. He's thinking how he's gonna set it up. Trust me, guys, trust me.
That Enigma ban being out of nowhere, does that give Complexity any information as to what maybe Na'Vi are going to end up picking?
I don't necessarily think so. I think kind of what Bambo said might be on point.
Yeah.
You feel like you're one game away, you know. We've seen Z-Freak, he's played as Enigma, he's done very well with the hero. And maybe they're planning, you know, they have some... Why not just bring out this Enigma in a series and get a game with it, and then just preemptively Na'Vi just ban it. Just remove this hero from the equation, you know. Maybe Na'Vi feel like, well, their first pick, they don't really have any special heroes that they want to ban aside from the Darkseer. So they feel like they have a free ban. Because maybe they know that Complexity are going to be forced to ban the Wisp, so they just have this one free ban and then just target it at one of the heroes that Complexity play well with.
Faceless Void.
Void Phoenix.
The classic, Phoenix Void.
Yep.
Interesting that they, on the Dire side, just completely ignore the Slaughter pick that we've seen being picked throughout the tournament. Well,
maybe they feel the same as Na'Vi did when they could pick it up second
did the same thing, right? They would just go for the Faceless Void and the Slark and not care about Slaughter.
I mean, not everyone likes Slaughter that much.
No. Yeah.
Don't think OG plays that much with Slaughter either.
It has to fit your team.
Yeah. Ooh. Really like and pick here.
Now he wants to go home. They want the fast game.
you really think that's what there's on their minds right now?
I mean, I think that's a great pickup, especially because
I think so too.
They can already force a pretty decent push, and having 2 bans now to eliminate what they're most worried about, probably a Death Prophet.
Na'Vi could go into something like the Invoker this game. They just run the double book strat with those 2 heroes, and even like either way, Quas X or Exort, still be great. They'll have a lot of pushing power.
But I feel like they need to ban the X now though.
Oh yeah. Complexity do run X a bit. Yeah, there it is. Good call.
Thank you.
And the Death Prophet.
Who banning Death Prophet?
Na'Vi bans Death Prophet.
Yeah, sure. I'm on board with that.
So if you're Complexity right now, do you ban out the Enchantress or the Vengeful Spirit?
I would actually give them Enchantress and then pick Lynx against it.
Pick what against it?
Lynx.
Clinks?
I think it fits really well. Fits really well with the Void, and it just
gonna get booked.
Yeah. I think
it's hard to play Lynx.
I think the Vengeful ban was the right one to do though. That Death Push would be too strong.
coL needs something to kill the minions.
They actually ban out the Alchemist instead of the Death Prophet.
Yeah. They just don't want the game to be delayed for that long. This SS Spray, Radiance, Alchemist, just slowing down the push, killing off books, and you know, it's hard for Na'Vi to siege with these melee heroes.
Does Complex have a Tinker player?
A DK player?
Tinker.
I don't know actually. I think Tinker would also... Yeah, Tinker would be a good pick here.
For them.
Reserve time.
It actually wouldn't be too bad for Na'Vi either.
But it's like
with all the invis summons.
Yeah. That's true. You can TP around on the Hawk as well. And the Wolves.
Freak seems like such a nice guy. I didn't get to say that after the initial interview before the game.
He is a totally nice guy.
Yeah.
It's totally nice. Yeah.
Yeah, very cool guy. We hung out a little bit at the karaoke at the end of the major.
And
He can even sing a bit.
that is good for delaying.
yeah, well, it depends. He has to like get off first. He has to get the initial levels.
Complexity's draft looks very OG-esque.
Seconds.
It is OG, like exactly.
Yeah.
Now the Juggernaut, safe lane.
Seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Or Magnus, maybe? Both?
A Magnus would be so killer. But,
Navi are remembering their games against OG right now. See the reminiscent draft.
they are definitely warming up to it.
Tinker or Magnus? DP is still an option.
Yeah.
Is it better for Navi, the DP?
Tinker Soul.
They have quite a lot of options, Navi here. Timbersaw this time for complexity.
They had so many options for complexity. I think both Mag and Death Prophet would have been great picks in combo with what they had. I think the Timbersaw has just proven to be really strong right now.
Is it a mid-timber?
But I feel like this Timbersaw isn't gonna do much.
Yeah,
If the
I-
Lycan and
I'm
the
thinking the
Beastmaster
same.
just sends these minions on him. Like
Yeah.
he's out of mana in like 1 second.
Remaining.
It's kind of troublesome for Timbersaw to play without mana.
Yeah, a Mag and then into a Phantom Assassin pick is something I would have liked to see.
Even Juggernaut is fine, I think.
But the new PA with Empower.
We've seen a couple. Hasn't been prevalent here.
It hasn't
we've seen,
worked
we've seen a
out that
couple.
well so
No,
far.
and it hasn't really worked out yet. I think that people are still figuring it out. Composition-wise, anyway.
I'd say Invoker for Dandy if you go
Yeah.
cross Vex.
Yeah.
They can literally do nothing on complexity.
Literally nothing.
Game over.
Oh. Okay. We do get a Tinker game.
Looks like we're gonna be here for a while.
We're in for a long one.
This could go late.
Yeah, unless one team dominates, this could actually just go very, very late.
I mean, Navi have the potential of winning this game really fast if the Lycan and the Beastmaster get off to a good start. And this Tinker is known for defending, but Tinker can also be very good at sieging.
Yeah.
You can throw out missiles and you put down this march and it's very hard to run into it. You just take towers.
And
Yeah,
if
and you sort of
if Beast is
force
against
the Phoenix to either egg in a bad position or go back and heal.
this Beast also playing against a Phoenix Elder Titan, he should like get an early necro.
Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Last bands picks, Bambo.
I don't know, complexity's draft looks so weird to me.
I'm gonna ban out the puck.
Turn to pick.
Navi need a support. Just some casual Witch Doctor, Disruptor.
Lion.
Yeah, something along those lines.
Even a bounty would be nice for them.
A bounty?
Would they go Chen, Navi? Would they do that?
Chen's banned. Enchanted,
Banned.
Chen, and
Would've
Invincible
gone.
all banned.
Yeah, would have gone. Almost certainly would have gone to Chen.
Reserve time.
Yeah, at this stage, I think Witch Doctor with what they probably want to do is probably the best. Shadow Shaman could work. Actually, Shadow Shaman is probably what they're going to go with. Considering how successful he was with it in the last game against Virtus Pro, he probably has a lot of its art style drafting. He
Yeah.
played the Shadow Shaman as well. He's probably got a lot of confidence in that roster pick.
I still say bounty though. I think we'll secure the game. We'll set up the rockets as well with this track.
I'm not sure he's gonna level fast enough.
He should be fine.
Thank you. Okay.
Outer left field. I could have guessed for 30 heroes and none of them would have been the Sand King.
Absolutely.
I'm with you on that one.
Yeah. Saw it a couple of times at the major.
10 seconds remaining. 5
So it is the counter to Chronosphere. Oh, you Chrono? I up you one with Epicenter.
reserve time.
We're looking at a carry here for complexity.
This is either carry or mid. I think they play
Gyro?
safely in Timber as well.
Could it be the gyro? Could take good control of the game with the gyro that rotates early.
I'm pretty sure it doesn't just like and run at you.
He does, but if you can take control of the game early on, if you can come out on top of the lanes and this gyro gets fast SNY BGB, he can run at them. It's gonna be hard for them to close the game though, regardless.
It's the second pocket, Tiny.
Again, trading back, if they picked that Magnus instead of the Temper Sword, they could have gone for an anti-mage as well.
Yeah.
I wonder if they caught Queen of Pain.
Okay. Draft done then. Jacob, a very unorthodox draft from both teams. So which one do you favour?
I am slightly leaning towards Complexity's lineup actually. I think it has a bit of everything and they can constantly fight, I'd say. They have enough team fight to sustain them through the entire game.
Okay. Bambo, very
I
quickly.
think Navi, 25 minutes.
Navi, 25 minutes. Pycat, final word.
Wow.
That
Now
is
it's 25.
very
That's
specific.
cool. Yeah, I think I called Navi for the series, so I'm gonna go with Navi.
Okay.
And I think the draft it makes more sense.
Alright, okay.
With the Sand King pick.
Couple with Navi.
Bar
One
the
with
Sand King.
Complexity. Let's find out whether they're right as we head into game number 2. Let's go back to the commentary team.
10 seconds remaining.
Welcome back, everybody. Complexity versus Navi, game number 2. Boys, we have ourselves a draft. We have ourselves a Dendy Tinker. We've got dogs. We've got, I don't know how you describe a Sand King, crustaceans. Who do you think's got the advantage in the draft?
I kind of like the Navi situation where they're gonna have like Tinker Boots travel, and he can go to like both the Wolves as well as the Hawk. Honestly, both drafts are different enough that, or really it's just Navi's draft that is like kind of different enough that I'm not really confident calling a draft win one way or the other. So I'm gonna.
We could always play the Blitz game. Like the original Blitz
what
game
about
was
Blitz?
you gotta pick the win time for the team after you see the draft.
I think Navi will win the game at 67 minutes.
Yeah, I'm not sure what Pycat was saying when he was like, Navi 25 minutes. They have a Tinker. I mean, the pushing power. If it was like some other like tempo controlling mid that was like super aggressive,
30 seconds.
I could see them winning by 25 minutes because they have like and a Beastmaster, right?
Obviously,
But-
Pycat's backing the No March the Machines build over on Tinker.
I think he's just being hopeful so we have an early night. Like there's, you know what's gonna happen, right? You're gonna send Wolves in, then Timbersaw is gonna use whatever the voice line is for Timber when he throws out Chakram to irritate you, and then it just resets the game over and over again.
The Complexity try and do the push, then you hear march, march, march.
Yeah, it's just these
That stops that
machine-based
push.
heroes.
And then we reset and we come back and do it all again next summer.
Yeah, so I don't know. This is I like Complexity's draft. It's just I'm not sure how the Tinker plus Lycan. It seems kind of a weird combination to have both heroes.
I think it's more just it was a good Tinker game overall.
Yeah.
Like, you can have a lot of impact in a game like this. I do like that they're doing the Timber off lane. I don't think it's good all the time. I remember I was talking to you about this, but in games like this where you know you're going to be against a weak safe lane, why not?
Yeah, and the reason Swindles knows he has a weak safe lane is because Navi picked up a greedy 4 position in the Sand King who wants to be able to stack and then farm with Sandstorm. And he's gonna apparently have the backup of Z-Freak. Elder Titan, very common, is gonna be running aggro.
Z-Freak, with Howl being applied, Z-Freak's actually in trouble right now. Commits the Fairy Fire, but there's enough damage from Navi. They'll take the kill. Arstal very early poison touch, and goodbye Z-Freak.
That's just a true brotherly play. You know, Z-Freak tanking the first blood that Swindles would have inevitably tanked. So, he's just kind of raising the spirits of his captain, you know?
Man, that's get it out of the way early. Just, somebody has to die, guys. Move on, shake it off.
You know, Complexity wants people to move on from that. They're sick of being labeled actually as the brothers team. They want to be labeled as
that's too
something
bad.
else.
Maybe they shouldn't be brothers.
Dude, that's yeah. Let me just deny my heritage.
I mean, maybe they should split the four of them up then. Which would you take of the two brothers? If you could choose one of the Swedes and one of the Americans?
I would take... I'm a sensitive guy, so I would take Swindles. Because nobody blames anybody else on Complexity.
Yeah,
That's
it's
the
very
thing.
team.
It's because he's so outspoken.
Uh-huh. And which one do you take? Chesty or Limp?
Probably Limp, just because he's a tiny player. And there aren't many of those.
Alright.
How about we help bring this game
Z-Freak?
back right out of the game of Toe to Z-Freak? Snako again with the howl damage. Z-Freak
Who
took
dies
it
first?
down. They're gonna find another one.
body blast
Arslan
did you
making
wrong.
it to the tree line. Swindles is trying to chase him down.
Come on, you gotta
He's got
kill
no
Arslan.
match.
He's
Arslan,
dead.
what do you do? It's a rock and a hard creep.
Yeah, alright, well. They trade 1-for-1. Swindles is still getting... Well, actually, he's gotten very little CS, but at least they can put pressure on Ditchy Raw while the supports are away.
Guess he's having a good time up at top as well. Just because the Beastmaster is having to deal with the Phoenix being really annoying to him, and it's just kind of an overall okay situation for Complexity. Even though they fed the first blood, they're slowing down the farm of the Lycan somewhat, kind of.
Yeah. Somewhat, kinda.
And things are... gotta put things in good perspective. I'm rooting for Complexity, so we have a game 3. Not even by, I just want to see game 3.
Oh, you might get it if Denny can go down here in the mid. There's Hanskin under the cover of an Invis rune is coming up against the No March Tinker.
There's no mana on Limp.
Limp
So
moves forward. With
Okay.
the Sunray, okay, that turned off pretty early into an Icarus dive, and Dendi walls back the tower. Limp actually so low. Verify has to be committed. Snako also on his way in. Wants to Hanskin from getting the damage off with the Burrow Strike. Snako being involved with the Ken Tinker is still going to go down. Thanks to the rotation, but the Sandstorm ends up killing off the Phoenix. It seems sand does burn. As Z-Freak just has to wander around Snako.
That was the most confusing mid arrangement I've seen in a very long time.
And that was like an M. Night Shyamalan movie. I thought Dendi was gonna live, and then all of a sudden, the mid turn, Z-Freak's there, level 2.
Welcome to Plot Twist.
You thought I died earlier on in the movie. You thought I was the first blood over the back.
Joke's on you, clowns.
And Swindles is getting space, and once he gets level 4, 5, 6, like he can really start putting the hurt in. Because like now the Sand King, like at level 1, you could kind of threaten the Timber Saw, but that was sort of what the Elder Titan he creates this buffer, allows the Timber Saw to be able to get the levels. And now level 3, level 4, like how does the Dazzle deal with that? Like he's got Poison Touch against an armor offlaner, and then you've got physical damage strength hero against an armor hero as well. There's no way they can threaten Swindles, and really Swindles can actually threaten them quite easily.
I think it's a little bit hard just because he might have missed his timing window when it comes to levels. Like this is still a relatively underlevel Timbersaw, and the Lycan typically is going to be like within 1 level or a level behind. That's an ideal situation for the Timber. But I mean, the Lycan's in a fine position.
He thinks. I mean, he just had he has I think 3 waves coming in.
Dude, Ditya Ra had to
Gonna
play
be
this
level
Oh,
5.
top lane, General in trouble. The Sunray's going to turn on. He's going to dodge the sun. Chessie's going to stick with him for now. And General, well, looks like he can actually outrun the range of that Sunray.
That's a kill if he hits the Icarus dive slow and the extra bit of damage, but not quite there.
You remember it was Liquid versus Navi, I think, where they had the off-lane Timber versus the safe lane Lycan solo?
Uh-huh.
And
Nice kill on Limb.
Snako just makes things happen. I don't really know how.
Sand King is not the best roaming ganking hero in the world, just because Burrow Strike's such a low range early on, but he manages to get the pick off on Quap.
Well, they kind of lost the vision.
The cover
One
of
got deep
nighttime.
water by Dendi about a minute ago.
Yeah.
Stomp on bottom. Swindles does not want to initiate into that one.
So what was it about the Timbersaw Lycan?
Oh, I was just gonna say, yeah, the lane sucks, but I think Ditya Ra learned that game. And he's gonna apply it to this game. He's gonna say, that lane sucked. So
let's make it not suck. Burrow Strike on Swindles, the Shadow Wave heal, the wolves around him. Swindles!
Oh!
He can't survive, he ticks down. Z-Freak almost made enough space with a stomp.
you see what he did there? He goes to the jungle, picks up
This
some
lane
levels.
sucks.
Yeah, and he's like, Artstyle, you take this. Artstyle picks up level 4, and then they blow up Swindles.
Yeah. Another thing is that Swindles, he wasn't making sure to continually get that reactive armor. It's a little bit harder as an offlaner to do that, but part of the reason he took so much damage there is because his reactive armor stacks were quite low.
General.
That ultimately leads to him dying to the Dazzle last hit.
General's making a break for the trees. They're going to give it Chrono, and actually catches Limp in the middle of it. The bars are having to make him here again. He's going up after Hanskin, and the Beastmaster finds the kill. So you get a 1-for-1 trade-off. And Sneko again, right place, right time, right lane.
I don't know how this little Scorpion keeps doing it.
He's a king, man. Don't call him little. That's patronizing.
He just pops out and gets kills everywhere. Like, you're supposed to be farming the jungle with your Sandstorm and stuff.
That's the triple play. You expect it. He's been stacking for the Tinker. And he's just been roaming.
Yeah. Is the level 3 Sandstorm just the extra level of mind games?
Dude, he's level 5 right now. Like, I don't know how anybody on this analyst desk is doubting him right now. That's a level 2 ET that was laning.
Oh boy. General's still having a pretty happy time at that top lane. It was never going to go well for them. The Faceless Void and Phoenix, you can't zone him out.
Z-Freak's coming in from the rear. He's going to go for the stomp, but General, he's just too fast. Z-Freak can't get the stomp pop. It's almost the old school problem of Elder Titan.
It's okay, though. He's just going to saunter away, but they really need to make something happen right now. Like, level 2 ET at 7 minutes is getting to the point where it's unsalvageable. You have to get this gank off onto Dendi, and Limp does have his ultimate available. This is going to be the timing for them. One of the few opportunities.
He has to hit the stomp, or yeah, he has to hit the stomp, and he's got it.
Yeah, Stomp's gonna kill.
There's no blink.
Sonic Wave.
Okay.
He has it on cooldown. The dive will come forward from Hanskin, but then the laser, well, Bar Strike will be off mark from Sneko. The Z-Freak can't get the tower.
Oh, no.
Doesn't reach Dendi. He doesn't recover much. The machine. Z-Freak's taking so much damage as well. There's need a little bit of vision for Dendi's level 2 rocket.
Oh, he's gonna
may
be
not be
caught by
enough, but Hallow did a give a little bit more money over to him. There's even a haste rune he can pick up if he wants to. The rocket's flying in. Very fire consumption. He makes a break for the Ancients. Denied. No. Lycan will take the kill.
Man, things are just happening around the map non-stop.
They're going for more. Sneko smokes up with Diddy Ra. They know Swindles is down here on the lane. He's got no reactive armor charges up, and Sneko's got Epicenter available. They just need to slow him down. The Burrow Strike are barely off the mark. They don't have another stun available. And now they keep the chain going. Diddy Ra, is there a stun? 2 seconds, 3 seconds, it's too far. Sneko, a hopeful Sandstorm.
And Queen of Pain denied himself on the neutrals. Looks like Dendi with the haste rune was able to threaten him somehow, so he had to go for the suicide play. Why didn't he have blink though?
He used it to dodge the rockets, and it was level 1 blink. So he was trying to dodge the rockets, then he popped the regen, then he went back in for it, but that was costly because he used the ultimate too, and they weren't able to get the kill. And that's supposed to be, like we talked about, that's the guaranteed kill.
Yep.
You have your level 6 on the Queen of Pain, you burst Tinker, you slow him down, but now Endy's level 8, he doesn't really care. Sneko's just asserting his dominance by sandstorming everywhere. And that is still, okay, it's a level 3 ET now, but not the position that you want to be in with the 2 supports on coL.
Lycan just farming away in the jungle, and he leaves Artstyle the lane.
He's level 7.
Yeah, not typically the support that you're like, oh, gotta get those levels on Dazzle, but if you don't want to have the Lycan in lane anyway, it works.
It's funny because a lot of the damage, okay, Swindle's just chained forward. Artstyle, there's a beautiful heal bomb he's prepped up because the wave is so big. Did you run? Triggers the Howl, they're not going to find a kill there. General's actually just waiting with Chessie on top lane. Support's rotating up with Sneko. He waits for the rune. Okay, it's only going to be a bounty, not an action rune.
Yeah, with Epicenter, they can actually kill the Faceless Void. Before the rotations, they have the stuns, they just don't have the damage. Now they actually do have the damage.
1000 HP is a lot.
Sneko. They need the roll.
They hit the Burrow Strike, and then he Epicenters, and then they Primal Roar chain stun. I think it's pretty close.
No, I think 1000, it's 1100 health, man. And a poor man shield with 11 armor. 13 armor when he switches. I think that's unlikely.
Well, either way, we're not going to see it put to the test since Void does manage to dodge it.
Hey, get another hero. Actually, move up the complexity. Hanskin rotates to top.
Now it's not even a question. It's definitely not working if Hanskin's there with the Sunray.
Alright, I did the calculations for you, Cap. There's no way.
Wow, I like how you don't even give me the math. You're just like, here's the conclusion. You're completely wrong.
I did, just trust me, I did it in my head.
Listen, I'm not the only one wrong, alright? Navi thought it would work.
Nice blitz goes out the window. I got
But
you
did they
back,
really?
Nah.
Dude, Seneko boss just walked into the lane and started sandstorming. He's like, I'm over this. You know what that play is when you're a support and you just kind of want to shove your offlaner out of the lane and you say, yeah, this gank will work.
And secretly you just want to be able to pick up the farm.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, okay.
Dude, Seneko almost has his blink dagger now.
We've got a complexity smoke move right now. Z-Freak and Chessie heading down past the bottom rune. Snakeo's fine, he's just pulling the wave up. He's got General and Diddy Ra here, so this tier 1 tower stays unnumbered. But Complexity, they do the wraparound. They're coming again for Dendy. They're trying to slow down these BTs. So far, it seems to be working. Like, Seneko has more net worth than Dendy does.
Yeah, but that's because Seneco's absurdly farmed. I don't think they necessarily have kept Dendy completely down.
Smoke's gonna break. The off-season, Dendy, he wants to stack Chessie. He'll commit the Chronosphere. TP support's not coming in. Z-Freak gonna go for the follow-up stomp. And actually, oh, that was way too close. Can they actually take this? You commit Sonic Wave to stop this? No, Parstar's rotating over. They've already started the Shadow Wave on the heroes, so the armor is not that great at the moment. And the stomp again from Z-Freak, trying to create space, but hello Seneko! Looking to come in from the side. You got the timber chain forward from Swindles, but Swindles puts himself in the middle of the epicenter, and Chessie's there as well. Seneko hiding in the zen zone. Swindles chains away, but Arstar's all over it. The Nova, it's going to crack out from Hanskin, but really ineffective up against the rest of Na'Vi. Who are just happy to keep battling. They're going to find Hanskin on the hillside, and King in the Hill belongs to Seneko. And what a wonderful spot to sandstorm up. Okay, the stack I was going to say, but they kind of want that in the hands of Dendy.
Yeah, he shouldn't take that. I mean, even the Blitz may think he's a greedy bastard and is trying to take farm from his offlaner, but he's definitely not going to take farm from his Tinker, especially when he's already got the Blink Dagger in hand.
I like how Seneko just casually is in the right place for the pincer maneuver. Yeah. Comes from behind, gets both of them and the epicenter off.
You saw him make the read too. He was like, the rest of his team goes down. He was like, nope, I'm going to catch them as they try and go through the river, because that's their only escape at that point.
I think this game, the issue is that Dendy's still getting farm. He's got Boots of Travel now, and Complexity are almost trying to force it too much. Like, they're trying to make things happen around the map because they feel pressured by nature of having a Tinker in the game. That's how it just goes.
Seneko, ready to go again. Limp, gonna blink himself over to the agents, into the arms of Diddy Ra. The Sunray is gonna turn up. Seneko can't blink up just yet, so they don't have their stun available. The Wolves in the back, and there she is. Blink forward, Shadow Wave damage, and Limp's just got nothing to work with. They have fed a beast of Seneko. I know we're currently riding like the hype horse right now of Seneko, but he's everywhere and making plays.
Now he goes again. Kills.
Onto Z-Freak. They won't have it. Actually, if they can get reach for the Raw, it's too late. He's gone.
I'm not sure. Limp his plays are pretty questionable right now.
Do you think he's getting frustrated right now?
Yeah, maybe.
I think after that first Sonic Wave, ever since then, things have just been kind of going downhill. Because that should have been a kill for them. That would have been the levels that Z-Freak needed.
It's like he's tilting himself. Chronosphere gonna go. Arstar's the primary target, but they may not kill him in time. The Fire Strike cancels Hanskin. Arstar's gonna self-grave, and Hanskin's already down. Z-Freak gets the stomp off, but the damage is still falling him with the force. They find the kill. Diddy-Ra's going 1-on-2 a little bit further up, but they turn around. They find Swindles in the tree line. It's 14-4 at the moment. Complexity, they're being torn to shreds. They're being ravaged without even a TIE Hunter on the field.
All right, Pikeout's a genius. 25 minutes, he was right.
No,
never doubt
need to wait for the Tinker.
I believe, guys.
They're coming in again. TP forward, Z-Freak's the man there. Spirit looking for the stomp timing again as General waits around a little bit closer. The stomp's gonna connect, and General, the Sonic Wave's gonna connect. General can't walk away. Seneko blinks himself forward. And with the Burrow Strike, Snake's going to try and TP out. He actually escaped. That should not be happening at the moment. And Arstar playing Ring Rosie. He can't get the Shallow Grave off in time. Looks to be the play to go into the TP out. And Chessie, so
Fire
low,
Spirit.
Dendy is...
Fire Spirit.
No.
Okay.
9 HP, he'll survive.
Dude, you guys thought Seneko was gonna die? This guy's the protagonist of this game.
He was so close. If that stomp doesn't hit him, and like he was just about to get the burst strike out with the epicenter, he kills Chessie guaranteed. And
I don't know why I find this so funny. It's just Seneko just kind of crawls around on the map. Nobody really pays attention to him. He gets ultis off, then casually TPs in front of a tower. Nobody targets him.
Seneko, I feel like is a little bit of a hit and miss support, but when he's on roamers like this, he just seems to always hit hard.
Yeah, it's really entertaining right now.
He's like the anti-Milk, 3-0-10. If he can get the 20 assists, then we have the real Seneko. The way a support should be played.
And I'm okay with him getting more kills right now. Buff up this Sand King. This Dendy's trying to get really far
how
now.
would you buff it? Like with all this money from Seneko, do you even like just go Veil of Discord and amplify everything?
Yes.
Yeah.
That is exactly the build.
That's... Yeah, you don't even have like any other magic damage.
Oh,
but
he's
Seneko
behind.
by himself.
Chessie goes to the chrono, he catches that Arsal as well as the Ram, but there's just no damage on Chessie. You'll have the committal out, but then the shallow grave, Arsal buys more time. D-Run's gonna turn the Lycan form, and they're in through the rear. The fight is gonna be split up. Swindles might be able to find himself one kill. The Nova gets taken care of by Navi and Swindles. Chains away, General is low, but they're finding it a bunch of the machines and Chessie. He got the back tree line. They finally get him. No, they don't. D-Run walks away. Seneko to the tree line. He'll survive. No! Oh no! There it is! He got it. Complexity have won the battle. They may not have won the war, but they won the battle.
Dude, that's a moral victory as far as I'm concerned.
They stopped Seneko? Is that what they needed?
Not again, man.
Oh, there were so many things that went wrong there. Lycan barely survives. Swindles kills himself on the Necrobook. The egg barely dies before it explodes.
And
Swindles misses the chain in the very beginning of that, so that was actually the start of the things going bad for Complexity. He misses the chain, which means they can't kill the Dazzle inside of the Chronosphere, and he gets off Shallow Grave.
Complexity right now are kind of at a loss because I don't think they expected to lose any of these fights early on. You have some of the sickest team fight that you can possibly get, the Phoenix plus the ET combination, in conjunction with the Chronosphere. That should be 9 times out of 10 a free team fight win, no matter how far of a net worth lead you are behind, but it's just all of these little things that aren't going their way. Like, Seneko almost getting out there is pretty telling of this game right now.
Seneko's playing amazing, Complexity not so
He
much.
just blinked into this. Well, when it rains, it pours Complexity gold all over Na'Vi. And now they even slipped themselves into Roshan because they committed the level 2 Necrobooks to help get the kill on the Blinking Queen of Pain.
It's just, Olympus had such a rough game, and a lot of it is just, you know, he goes to the rune, doesn't have vision.
They're coming.
This is still a very
Na'Vi have
tough team.
enough damage for this?
Very tough team to do Roshan against, but
It's like Swindles wants to go in. He's slowing it down. Z-Freak with the Spirit once again. Roshan's low. Who's going to get the kill? It belongs to the Radiant. Lycan gets the Aegis the Immortal. And Na'Vi will retreat.
oh.
Pro 3 now on that Lycan. Dendy doesn't even have to really scale towards the late game. He can just be that presence in the middle of team fights where he spams out rockets while everybody is dying, and he's just like, alright, cool. Because there's nothing that Complexity can really do short of using the Chronosphere on him, and with his Blink Dagger, he should almost never get caught out.
How do you actually even fight in? Like, you mentioned that Swindles killed himself in a Necrobook. You've now got 2 level 3 Necrobooks out from Na'Vi.
Oh, this is the worst scenario for the Timbersaw, where you haven't made that progression in mana sustain, and you're facing up against mana burn. He's just gonna run out of power so quickly. And he may kill himself on Necronomicons again.
Yeah. Rinse and repeat. Dendy just pushes out that top lane.
They're finally getting Orchid, but I don't think that means anything.
It kind of doesn't. Mainly just because Seneko's always going to counter-initiate on you and blow you up. It's not even like the Queen of Pain. Her timing is a little bit behind, but it's just everybody from Navi's so farmed. Like a Necro 3 Vlad's on.
All ready to fight. The TP's coming in. The Raw's over on Chessie. They want the Chrono out. Then he's in there. Is the damage going to be enough? The Chronosphere. It grabs General, but Swindle's being mopped up. The Sonic Wave will connect, but General, it takes forever for Chessie to kill him. Even with the Necro Saber off his sleeve. The Nova will pop off now from Hanskip. Seneko's here. Seneko all over him. Goodbye, Lin. The double rockets from Dendy. Z-Freak, you can split everything you want. But he does it defensively. Denny's right behind him. He's actually diving all over the team on towers. Yo, boys, not your home. Bail out now. You're going a little bit too deep, especially with the buyback out from the Void. I mean, you got a buyback out of the Void, though. That's good enough.
That is like even better than best case scenario. You almost completely wipe their team, only the ET lives, and you got the buyback out on the Void at just 20 minutes into the game. They lose 2 side heroes that they don't really care about.
There was a half a second where I was like, wait, is this actually gonna go Complexity's way? And then then I hear the whoop, 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 and all of a sudden Sineko makes his appearance. I was like, oh, all right, it's over.
Now this is, as well as he's played, this has been a really free game for him. Like his team has set him up for success.
Yeah.
They hold in the team fights, they create a lot of chaos, then there's no way that Complexity can prepare for him.
He's dead again. Sineko actually burrow strikes him while Swindles his mid timber chain. Dendy comes in to help out. General's all over it. And they could just keep going everywhere. Ward Vision is everywhere, and Z-Freak walks underneath another one. Again, Sineko's your frontline man. He goes for the stop. Sineko 4 stars out just in case. But that even doesn't have an effect. The walls will scatter Limp, as well as Hanskin running down south, and that just opens up Na'Vi to push mid.
Complexity are in full tilt. There's no other way to say it. Like, Z-Freak literally was still in the neighborhood where his brother got shot. Like, there's no reason to stick around when Na'Vi just took out your bro. I don't know.
Okay, so this top lane's gonna get pushed in now by this Lycan. He's got Necrobook 3. There's not a lot to analyze. They're just getting off around the map. They're losing objectives at the same time. Dagon completed now on Dendy.
Run over, demolished, trampled.
Yeah.
You trying to find any other? We could just keep repeating the same phrases with different synonyms, but
Now, this is just a clean Na'Vi. I think this is the best game that I've seen them play throughout this entire day.
They're looking for more. I still love how Swindles believes he has enough confidence to be here. Epicenter. Right now, Sineko has taken up baking. That's the icing on the cake against Timbersaw. And they run in. They're going to go for the tier 3 tower as well. 22 minutes. Pycat be genius.
He was not far off.
They just keep going for more, and Complexity, like you can't stop this, you blink up. They at least find General to get the Orchid over on the beast map, but they've got their back. Denny's thought to be initiated off with the Roar on Husk, and the damage is dead. Easy split is coming, but the Shadow goes make sure Denny stays alive. You buy back over on the Phoenix, but really, what's going to achieve? Chansey actually has to hide up on the hillside, but Sineko is there to join him as King of the Hell. Complexity back to base, and basically back to, well, Oblivion. There is no way they can win this. Na'Vi are fountain diving. A Nova
What's going on?
You're bound to survive. General will die. Na'Vi, don't go back 4 years. Don't go too deep. They go GG. 31-11. Complexity have been slaughtered here in Frankfurt.
Na'Vi are so happy, and why wouldn't they be? They survived through the fire that is Saturday, and they go on to playoff Sunday, and they did it in such a fun, clean game. Fun for them anyway. Complexity, those poor guys. It started with Sineko. The whole team did really well, but it starts with Sineko's rotations. He just seemed to enable the team to light up in that game too.